Our rupee is under severe pressure day by day. Why the value of Indian rupee is slipping down? What is rupee value? What is rupee exchange value? To understand all this, we need to understand some concepts. The value of the rupee is usually calculated in comparison with the dollar. Of course, it can also be compared with the currencies of other countries also, but the dollar is international currency. And the dollar is an international convertible currency. This means that no matter whatever the country you go, if you give a dollar, you will get that country's currency. At the same time, if you go to Singapore, Malaysia, or any countries in Africa, they will not accept our rupee or any other currency other than a dollar. That's why the dollar is an international currency. So we compare our rupee with the dollar. When you compare like this, if the value of rupee exchange rate decreases, it is said to be the value of rupee has decreased. And if it is increases, then it is said that the value of the rupee has increased. There are two types of rupee fall. The first is called depreciation and the second is called devaluation. The effect of both of them is same, is that the value of rupee will decrease. Let us see the difference between devaluation and depreciation. When the availability of dollar and the need of the dollar decides the rupee value, it is called depreciation. Secondly, if the government reduces the value of the rupee through administrative measures, it is called devaluation. It is also called administrative exchange rate. The government itself decides rupee value with the dollar, and there is no relationship between the dollar demand and supply in the market. The country allowed the system of determining the exchange value of rupee till 1993. The rupee depreciated recently due to two reasons. Firstly, the Ukraine war. Secondly, there is a speculation that the Central Bank of United States is going to increase the interest rates. The Federal Reserve of America acts like a reserve bank of our country. Whenever there is a better income in a country like US, foreign investors will keep their money in the form of dollars, because keeping them in dollar will make their money safe when interest rates rise. So whenever there is a news that the US Federal Reserve will increase the interest rates, the foreign investors from our country will go back, so that availability of foreign dollar will decreases and the value of our rupee will fall. As the war of Ukraine is still going on, our rupee is falling further. It is estimated that there is a possibility of going up to 79. Do you know the reason? First, we must know when and how the dollar will come to us, as well as how India earns and how it spends. One way is that when foreigners come and invest in the Indian economy directly, direct investments. Secondly, the portfolio investment, which means that foreigners come and buy shares in our share market and invest, but they can come and go anytime. That's why we call them as butterfly capital or the footloose capital. These kind of investments are related to the stock market. These investments leaves our country when there is a war, when there is economic instability, and when people think that investing in dollar will give more returns. These are also of two types. Greenfield investments means that a foreign investor comes and sets up a new company in our country. Secondly, mergers and acquisition investments, which are also called M&A investments. If a foreign company comes to India and buys a share of an Indian company or buys the Indian company, we can call it as M&A investments. If dollar comes to India through FII or portfolio investors or FDI or greenfield investors or M&A, our dollar reserves will increase and there is a less impact of rupee fall. And the foreign remittances, the dollar sent by our overseas Indians, example, our countrymen in the Gulf, America, and all over the world, if they send dollar to India, they are called foreign remittances. Our exports and imports, when we export, our country gets dollars, and when we import, we have to spend the dollars that we have. For example, we export our software and we'll get dollars, and we import crude oil, we lose our dollars. Thus the movement of dollar takes place through foreign trade. If the value of rupee continues to fall further, the Reserve Bank of India intervenes and stabilizes the value of our rupee. RBI maintains foreign exchange reserves. In some special circumstances, it releases them and reduces the demand of dollar, thereby maintains the value of our rupee.